It's Mackie_900 here, and after a long time I'm making my video. It was my friend who was making the video of the shoes, so let's go. Today my topic is gonna be about Aboriginal people, and let's talk about them. Aboriginal people by me, that's my real name, but like my YouTube name is Mackie_900, so don't forget. Let's go. Introduction. Today I will be telling you guys the past and the future about the Aboriginal people, how they struggled in past to make a good future for themselves and other Aboriginals, how they got respect for themselves after all that struggle. I will also be telling that Canada actually helped the Aboriginals a lot and some past information about Mississauga. 200 years ago, the Mississaugas were part of the Ojibwe Nation in Algonquin language family. They established themselves on the north shore of Lake Ontario between 1700s and 1720. During the American Revolution, the British Crown began purchasing large tracts of land for the incoming Loyalists. On October 28, 1818, the British Crown and the Mississauga First Nation signed a Treaty 19. This treaty, the British acquired the rest of the Mississauga tract, which was the land north of modern-day Eglinton Avenue. This area included the new survey in township of Toronto, now the city of Mississauga, and would include the villages of Streetsville, Melton, and Meadowville. The Mississauga now only retained the three portions of land on the Credit River and the 12-mile and 16th-mile creeks. Today, the Mississauga of New Credit First Nation celebrate a vibrant and resurgent culture with strong ties to their ancestral home along the Credit River and what is today the city of Mississauga. Next slide. Common portrayals of Aboriginal people. For over 100 years, Aboriginal people became widespread in movies and television programs and in literature, ranking books and comic strips. Native representation was taken care in movies by Italians or Spaniards. Aboriginals weren't heard in past, neither they are now. They are unrepresented and stereotypes. People act out Aboriginal people's roles in movies, no matter how bad they act as Aboriginals. Most Aboriginals are portrayed as noble ecologists, unwelcome warriors, or political victims. To deny these false ideas, the journalist suggested spreading more information about the Aboriginal reality, improving the training of communicators, involving Aboriginals in change process, and using international media to affect local affairs. This was by Professor Harding. And this is a video link. I'll put it in my bio of my video, so you guys can watch it after. I can't put it on right now, sorry. Next slide. Aboriginal people in news. Political and constitutional issues, forest fires, poverty, sexual abuse, and drug addiction appear to be the only topics relating to Aboriginal communities that are reported in the news. Coverage of cultural activities may be found now and again in local media, but you have to pay close attention to find this. Rarer is when Aboriginal people are positioned in mainstream as experts or commentators or major issues of public interest. A journalism with a long career in mainstream law before joining APTN concludes that the mainstream media doesn't really spend a lot of time on Aboriginal issues in depth and doesn't necessarily understand them that well. APTN stands for Aboriginal People Television Network. This is a picture about Aboriginal Canadians. The impact of stereotypes on young people. Young generation believe that Aboriginal people existed in the past because they grew up watching their movies, but that's not true. In commercial video games, indigenous people are stereotyped and appropriated at worst. They're killed for points. Most young generation believe whatever is on media news to know who is valued in our societies. Young Aboriginals feel bad when they see no importance of themselves. Kids estimate 95% of Aboriginals are in gang, but actual is 3%. Kids get fake information from televisions and newspapers. The development of Aboriginal broadcasting in Canada. Aboriginals saw Southern programming as a threat to their language and culture traditions. They were upset that the sounds and images entering every home failed to reflect anything of their own reality and values. Canadian radio approved 2 applications from First Nations group to establish the satellite radio network to deliver programming in several Aboriginal languages to Yukon and Western NWT. In 1983, Canadian government set up a $40 million fund to stimulate Indigenous radio and television production in northern Canada and to set out the principles of fair access by First Nation people to northern broadcasting to distribution systems, so enabled to develop their cultures and language. APTN opened many doors to Aboriginal people in Canada. Welcome. Aboriginal expression in the arts and the media. Most Aboriginal groups in Canada religion, oral tradition, to convey an idea, message or value. Ojibwe, Cree or Inuktitut are the only Aboriginal languages that will exist in 50 years. Many Aboriginal documentary filmmaking is becoming a preferred form of expression, often with support of National Film Board, NFB. Internet is proving to be a powerful tool for sharing and promoting Aboriginal culture. Inuktitut, Kanatami, and Isuma TV all help to make possible for Aboriginals to communicate their cultures and share with others. Music and radio stations are going out to find Aboriginal artists in Canada because they are demanded in Canada. The importance of media education. Media educates young people the images and messages about Aboriginal people. Media education is not about learning right answers, it's about watching and asking right questions. Media production is created with viewpoint and for a purpose. And Aboriginal voices are heard almost on Aboriginal issues and rarely on general topics affecting society as a whole. Canadian Aboriginals are nearly 2 million Natives Americans, some on reserves and some on rural urban communities. Answers for the questions. Like we had some questions, so we had to answer them. For my first question, the common depiction of the minority group I am focusing on is Aboriginal people in general, how they are portrayed in news/media, and what people think about the Aboriginal. As I refer back to my third slide, you guys can go back and check my third slide. Second, this depiction is negative because the Aboriginal people are innocent, but their voices are not heard by majority of people only because they are poor and because they are often portrayed as noble ecologists, unwelcome warriors, or political victims, as I said in my third slide. So go back to my third slide in this question too. The common stereotypes this group faces are constitutional issues, forest fires, poverty, sexual abuse, and drug addiction appear to be the only topics relating to the Aboriginal communities as I refer back to the fourth slide. In commerce, this part you guys can see in my fourth slide. And next, in commercial video games, Indigenous people are stereotyped and appropriated at worst. They are killed for points. As I refer back to my fifth slide, so my half part is fourth slide and my half part is in fifth slide. Question 4. Aboriginal leaders and elders saw Southern programming as a threat to their language and cultural traditions. They were upset that the sounds and images entering every home failed to reflect anything of their own reality and value. As I refer back to my sixth slide. Next slide. Continue to the answers. I learned that fifth answer is I learned that Aboriginal people are not bad people. It's just that they are portrayed negatively in media news. They were the first people and they deserve the land more. But the only thing they are asking for is some respect that we all can give them. Every human deserves respect in this world because we all are equal. It's important to see the positive representations of Aboriginal people in media today because their culture and traditions are on a closing stage where they can be extinct. So I think we should support the Aboriginals by standing up for them and helping them. Next slide. Fun facts. The Mississauga is a subtribe of the Anishinaabe-speaking First Nations people located in southern Ontario, Canada. They are closely related to the Ojibwe. The nation Mississauga comes from the Anishinaabe word Mississajing, meaning those at the Great River mouth. It's closely related to the Ojibwe word Miswezajing, which means a river with many outlets. There are over 634 recognized First Nations governments or bands, roughly half of which are in the provinces of Ontario and British Columbia. The total population with First Nation identity is more than 850,000 people. Questions. You guys can think on these questions or learn or like comment whatever you if you like. What if you want to discuss this question with someone? Where and how are their realities in today's society depicted by the media? Second, how can we help the Aboriginals for their voices to be heard and they can get respected by everyone? What did you learn about the Aboriginals from my presentation? What do you think? How are Aboriginals treated in these days? Slide. My bibliography, where I got my information from. Boom. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Hope you guys enjoyed it and didn't get bored of my voice. So thank you guys. Keep liking and subscribing. Mackie_900, and I love you guys for all the support that you guys gave me. I have now 219 subscribers, all from you guys. Thank you so much, and don't forget to like and subscribe Mackie_900, and please share with your friends my page. It will be highly appreciated, and thank you. Bye bye.